Did that mean it was live, Maddie, or no? Okay, cool. So, all right, guys, welcome to today's team time. I'm so excited just because I'm kind of feeding off of the energy that I'm getting from this girl hitting executive in 44 days and her whole team. There's new silver directors, there's new silver managers, there's new gold managers, there's new directors. And I just like, holy cow, this is really powerful because it's someone setting the 4 minute mile. All it takes is one person making it happen at that time when there's people who have decided it can't happen for them or all the reasons why it won't happen. And then one person does it. And then all of a sudden, a million people go and do it. That's exactly what happened in COVID. It was like there weren't popping up a million executives, but then all of a sudden, overnight, like 20 of us hit executive, and it just like wasn't even that big of a deal. It's like that's the power of someone setting the pace. But I just also want to talk about the fact that in 44 days, what she just did was put herself in the category of someone who makes $10,000 a month. In 44 days, she gave herself a salary of $10,000 a month. That's not casual. I don't want to glaze over that. And then the other thing that she did was she's earned 5 trips, just ranked trips. Well, she's, obviously has to re-hit next month, but in qualification for 5 trips, she's probably going to have done Founders Club trip. I'm assuming since you're popping up silver directors that there's been a few quick starts or rank advancements in the mix. And then she's also going for 150 because we have a whole other day and we know that more can get done at the end of the month and double, last 2 days of the month, you can double your volume sometimes. And so who knows where she ends up at or where her girls end up at. And I'm just in the place where that's now the 4 minute mile. If there was ever any belief or like, oh, well, is the blow up happening? Is it really happening? Yeah, it is. If you want to take a part of it, we can. That's our option now that the pace has been set. There are people doing it. So who wants to do it? Who's going to believe that that's a possibility for them? And today, some really awesome stuff started happening for me and my girl, Jen Rollins, who will probably be catching the recording of this. But you guys know she missed her quick start bonus. And so she's kind of been like kind of posting here and there. So you just don't know what happens. Is this person going to take off and be committed to it like she waited years to do, which I thought, because that she's a very serious person. And I knew when she was in, but she missed her quick start. So I was like, okay, is there more I need to do, less I need to do, whatever. What I've done is started self-leading. If you're ever in doubt about what your team needs from you, it's they need you to start leading yourself. That is what they need because you running the race is going to motivate the people. You setting the pace is going to raise them up to you. And if people aren't there right now, that's okay, but they know where to find you whenever they are. I've never had someone stop doing this on my team that didn't come back because they know where to find me. And so where I'm starting now in this blow up is like, not just nothing, it's subscription. It's an army of partners I've had over the last 5 years, whom all of them, if they're not here, will probably be wanting to rejoin me at some point. It's not casual. So I'm starting to see this crazy takeoff for myself in all these ways. I'm starting to play this picture of like, I don't know who it's going to be that I'm going to be getting to like silver, gold, platinum executive with, but it could happen at any time. And so what's happening with Jen is I wanted to just talk a little bit about the power of recognition really quickly. Because I let her know, and I don't feel like progress flyers, there's like a fine line. You don't want to do a manager countdown if someone's not even halfway there. That could be demotivating. So I've always been like, okay, at what point do you kind of start the countdown to where they're like, okay, I can actually realistically see this happening for myself. And so she was at the point yesterday or 2 days ago where she was 700 away and she's had a lot of enrollments this month. So I'm like, okay, I know she's at the point right now where she could see this happening. I'm going to go ahead and get this countdown going. And some people, it lights a fire. So I posted this. Jen Rollins, she's 700 away from manager. We only had 3 days in the month as of yesterday, but I just like felt that energy from her. And so I posted it up. And now all of a sudden she's only 263 away. And one day later, when she was 700 away and it's a total of 2,000 for the month, she's going to be hitting X5 at the same time that she hits manager. It's not casual what's going on. And so I'm just really excited. If you want to plug into the energy, that option is there for you. So the other thing that I'm really excited about, and I've been marinating a lot on, who's loving the emails? If you're loving the customer emails, whenever your customers reorder, put in the chat if you're loving that, because I am obsessed with getting the emails about the customers. It's just so much more powerful than we think it is. If you haven't been thinking about how much this is here to serve us, I want to let you know, because I was talking to Maddie yesterday. It's like this whole idea of happy customers become partners. So obviously it starts with you sponsoring. If your business is struggling, you've got to get new life into your business. You've got to just start sponsoring yourself. Just take the accountability onto yourself. If no one did anything else tomorrow, what would your business look like? We always have to be in that place. Like, just start with yourself, start with your sponsoring. But here's just this idea. So when I get those emails, this is the visual I want to create for you. You would never walk into a small business, buy $50 minimum of something, you maybe $150, $200. You would never walk into someone's small business and walk away without saying thank you. You just never would. And so whenever someone shops with us, that's them shopping with our small business. I would never not say thank you to someone just spending $150, $200, $300 with me, supporting my family, supporting my dreams of having a residual income from home. And I was just sitting around thinking, like, Jalen had messaged me a few weeks ago. She's like, you guys don't get customer emails? I'm like, I'd love to. And she was like, that's how I do my customer service. She's like, I'm not going to go mess around in the back office. Like, I'm going to go look at my numbers. But she was like, when I get those emails, that's how I keep my customer service. Because when someone orders with me, then I can go see exactly what they ordered and I can let them know either thank you or thank you and start building a relationship with them. You just saw exactly what they ordered. That's the cool part, is we not only get an email that they ordered, we get to see exactly what they ordered. So yesterday I was just going through some emails that have been coming through, and I was sending some thank you texts, just like, hey, thank you so much for shopping with me this month. And I always ended every single message in a question, and it had to do with, or a statement just about what they ordered or what was in it or whatever. So it's like, because you want to build genuine and authentic relationships, you want to be someone that thanks people for shopping with you. People love to shop with people who are thankful. People love to shop small, and sometimes they don't think about it in that way. But that's on us, and so they don't understand that it's like really helping you. Like, you're building your dream when they're shopping with you. So anyways, just being thankful is huge. Will go huge with your partners, but also happy customers equal partners. And so it's a way for you to be checking in, building their relationship with them, and also finding those opportunities to ask them if they're ready for you to help get their products paid for. I built my business accidentally to executive from the magic question of, there's a $200 bonus available. Do you want to snag it? Whenever people told me good news after, they were getting results on the products. And so I don't ever want to undermine that. And that is a great place to start if you're wanting to find new partners. If you're like, how am I going to earn this trip between now and the next couple of months? A great place to start is to just start having good customer service, with those emails, and building that relationship, which can turn into, whatever it turns into. So that's all I wanted to say about that. And then maybe going to turn it over to Maddie for a little word on closing strong and open it up.
Yeah, I think that we can just have kind of a roundtable discussion. Like, what are some things that you guys are doing to close the month strong? Obviously, everybody knows $199 order from a current or new person. They're going to get 2 free bags of trim sticks, free shipping, free partner or upgrade partner link. So I would love to just have a conversation about, how are you guys leveraging what's on the table this month to close the month strong, bring in some more volume. And then before we do open up the discussion, you guys, tomorrow night at 5 p.m., I think, is it Central? Let me check really quick. This is really important. Sorry.
Are you talking about Monday? Are you talking about the 1st?
Yeah, I'm talking about the 1st, not tomorrow. Sorry. Yeah, 5 p.m. on May 1st. So Wednesday, May 1st, you guys, they're doing a brand partner kickoff call. And I don't know if you guys have seen the details, but it's going to be Oliver is going to be casting vision, which that's huge. And then Sarah is actually going to be giving us some stuff that we can start implementing in terms of strategy that all of these people that you see that are blowing up are plugging into. That's all, not all probably, but a lot of that's coming from Sarah and how she's been working with them, because she worked with them before. So if you guys want to get plugged into like, okay, what are these people doing? Then she's going to be sharing some of that. And then Amanda Cooper, it's 6 p.m. Central. Oh, the 1st is the 1st? Thursday. The 1st is Thursday. Okay, I'm all mixed up. Thank you, Jackie. So Thursday the 1st, this is when this is happening. And then you guys, Amanda Cooper is going to be on, the girl that just hit executive in 44 days. So like May 1st, 6 p.m. Central, that needs to be a priority for everybody to be plugged into. Because historically, May is like one of our biggest months of the entire year. So that's just going to be really cool to get plugged into, to like have as a pad. And as you guys know, there's a lot of things coming in May. So you are definitely going to want to be 2 feet in, very intentional about how you close this month, because that's momentum that you go into next month with, which is really important. So I just wanted to make sure that everybody has that as like something that you're blocked off that you're going to be on. And then let's open it up to discussion. You know, like what are some things that you guys have done to get the word out and gain some more momentum to close this month?
Well, I went into Chat GPT today. Thank you, Maddie and Lo and Kala. Anyway, and I put in there like, can you give me a fun, informative idea for a post? And then I told it what I wanted, and it just gave me like the best verbiage. So I'm loving that. And it gave like tags and everything. So it was really fun. And then I've also been like trying to add a link that has to do with my post to all of my stories and all of my posts from the X. This is just like, I know you guys all already do this, but like I'm finally like adding my links, and I figured out how you can rename the link to be like protein calculator or whatever. So it's like a fun thing to click on. And I'm like just trying to make sure that I don't know that I'm doing stories and stuff a lot. And I've been watching the content that a lot of you do and just getting great ideas. And I've been meaning to reach out and see if it's okay to like use some of those things, but I'm sure it probably is. But yeah, it's exciting.
Love that, Whitney. Yeah, I
So,
love. Okay, go ahead, Krista.
sorry. So I've been this month has been more a seed planting month for me. I have been going live more. I have been being intentional more with what I post. And I've had lots of people coming to me this month. They just haven't pulled the trigger yet. But the seed planting is happening. So, and I don't know if anybody was able to catch my live with Lori today on both her personal page and her Restore You page. But she did a live with me today, interviewed me, and I've gotten a few, people that have reached out to me since that. So that's what I'm doing.
And I want to say last week I missed it. It was like, Krista, you did an amazing job on stage. And it was amazing. And what's so awesome is you literally had declared that, right? You had vision that you said you were going to be speaking on stage. And then,
yes.
And we are in a season right now where God is just wanting us to ask. It's like he really, it's like, I don't know if anybody that has girls, but like Maddie and Logan both have girls. I had 6 of them. And it's like, you know what girls like to do? They're it themselves. They don't want help getting dressed. They want to do it themselves. And I feel like that's where we are. Like so much of the times, like, I got it. I know that you can help me. I want to do this myself. And God is standing there, just like I said with the bags. He's just like, just ask me. Ask for help. Get clear on what you want and ask for help. And don't be like, hey, God's not saying, oh my gosh, we don't have time for this. We got to be in the car and leaving, which is where we are normally when we're trying to get our kids to do something, right? So it's like, he's just like, you're going to miss something if you're taking all this time doing it yourself. So it's like, I would say that that's the thing for us is like, I just talked to Libby, and a couple weeks ago, she started praying because she hadn't been about having a job next year. And what's happened is she started the phone call off, and this is the wow women of wonder, right? She's like, wow, God is so good. She goes, I didn't have a job, and then found out that here in Burlington they have a fax job opening up, and then found out that there's an opening up in Santa Fe Trail because where the coach is leaving, and he was a social studies teacher. And then today had Lori, another person, say, hey, would you be interested? We have a social. So she had no job, started praying about it. I don't even know when she did, but it was just in the last couple weeks, and now she has 3 opportunities. So what I'm saying to you guys is, this is a season where it's right at hand, and what we need to do is start asking for what we want, which means we have to know what we want. Not be like the little babies that are crying and screaming because they don't really know what they want. They're just not happy. And that's normally where we're at. So anyway, I wanted to say what Logan said about, when you get that, people do business, they want to be thanked. They love, like when you give somebody a gift, it's like, it's when they're so thankful, it's like, it just does something for you. I loved how you said that, Logan, that, this is a small business, and this is helping us to come from that place. And I was thinking there's another step we could go. I hadn't thought of this until you said it, but it's like, go to their socials, go to their Facebook or their Instagram, see if there's anything relevant that's going on in their life. Oh, you just had a grandbaby, or this, be able to show that you care because you took 2 seconds to figure out what's going on in their life, not just about yours. That goes so far. And then I ended up doing what?
Go ahead, and then I'll chime in.
Okay. And so then the other thing is that, write this down, because Logan said this the other day, and it's like, Beth, if you were at the event, it's like, I'm at peace being prosperous. Like, whenever you get in any fear, whatever it is, but it's like, I think that we need to start really, like, something amazing is happening right now. Wow. Something amazing is happening right now. And I'm at peace being prosperous. And like she said, she heard the guy say it, and even though he made a lot of money, he wasn't at peace being prosperous. There's some place in us, and then if anything goes on, I just want you guys to think, it's like, if something comes up, because I've been hearing a little bit of stuff like, here, these people are doing all this, and then it makes you feel inadequate. It's like, ooh, okay, this is where we are. You all are going to the top. I know this 1,000,000%. But when anything comes up in you, that's a little like, someone else having success or whatever, anything that comes up in you, you need to go, oh gosh, wow, that is like me hearing my body or my mind or my heart. And it's like, oh, this is a place that I might need some sandpaper. God needs to wipe something off, because if I'm going to the top of the mountain, I need to make sure that I'm smooth there, right? Because a lot of times, the people that I've seen come and go, and I used to get put on the phone with all these top leaders from other companies. And I'm like, listen, I just want to tell you right off the bat, this is what I would say. Egos don't last here. And God has his hand on this. So just know, and I know a couple people who have done great things in our company, and then they aren't here. And I'm going to tell you, is like, egos don't last here. Like, if it's about you being number one, or you're in competition with the people beside you, what our job is, we're on the same team. Our job is to get our shield of faith and hook them together and take land. And so don't be and even in our industry, I'm a cheerleader for our industry. I'm a cheerleader for anybody who's an entrepreneur. I'm a cheerleader for anybody who's stepping out doing hard things. So I'm a cheerleader of success. So it's like, know this, it's like you're going to be clasping arms. And what I see happen a lot of times, and it happens in families too, it's like friendly fire. Do you ever hear about people who get killed behind the battle lines by their own people? Like, we don't want to be doing that. And so just know this, it's like, if there's something that needs to be worked out in you when somebody else is having success and it makes you feel some type of way, then what you want to do is just say, okay, God, I'm at peace being prosperous. And part of being prosperous means that you love success for everybody, because there is room for abundance. So that's what I wanted to say. So I'm at peace at that. And then I do have a tool, and I was just thinking it'd be so great for us to have something we could put into our app. But like, actually had ChatGPT did this. I was asking all these things about sleep and what's the most important sleep, REM sleep, this and that. And it's like it came out, I'm like, hey, can you make me a poster or whatever on this? And I said, I would like to be brown, tan, and white with cloud backgrounds. So I literally got a sheet of paper about here's some things that you can do to get better sleep, and why you need deep sleep is for restoring your body. Why you need REM sleep is for restoring your mind. You need both. And then different ways you can do that without even the product. So it's like, oh, that'd be a great thing. If we could be thinking, what could we be giving people each month as something that, it would also go along with our product, but just as simple to give to people as a thank you. So that was just something I was thinking.
One thing that I've found to be really helpful lately that I don't think is always something people consider, because I wasn't previously before I read it in one of the books I'm reading, is asking God for like discernment and clarity on where I'm being disobedient, which is like, I know we can ask for what we want and all of that stuff, and I ask him to light my path and all of that, but I feel like since asking him for and like clarity on in what ways am I being disobedient, because I read, and I won't be able to quote it exactly, but it was something along the lines of God not blessing you past your last disobedience, like where you weren't like, you need to like get past that. And so that was like, oh, like that's good to like, because I've never, like in my learning of having a relationship, I have never, I don't think, asked like, hey, can you please tell me like where I'm like where it's not going right? Can you please tell me where I'm not doing what you want me to do? That's a good question, like a different way to word the conversation.
I just have to say, I love that. I was just listening to Lisa Bevere yesterday, and she was talking about how, he wants to give us everything. That's what he wants. And but like, he's not going, it was like, she said, when a grandkid comes over and it's getting ready to be dinner, I'm not going to give them the candy. I'm not giving you chocolate now because we're getting ready to eat the meal, because that would actually hurt you. So that's the thing. It's like, where am I being disobedient? Because he wants to bless us. So we need to know, do I have any doors wide open? Am I giving it access to things? And if he does give me what I'm asking for, is it actually going to cause me to get better, or is it going to cause me to maybe not? So it's like us getting mature enough that we can have what we're asking for. You know what I'm saying by that?
I was talking to Mom earlier, and I feel like, Kenna, that's so good. Another way that you kind of had said in a different form of scripture was, it says in the word that his truth will set us free. So it's like, if there's areas in your life that you're feeling like you're bound to something that's not true, that's like, there's just an area that doesn't feel true or feel right or feel aligned, asking God to reveal, okay, what's the lie that I'm believing, because it's the truth that will set you free. I feel like that's like the same, along kind of the same lines of, where am I being disobedient? That's good.
I think that all just ties so perfectly to the like what Kala was saying, as far as that feeling that type of way when you see the others, get a little bit of success, and that goes against the belief of the abundance and that there is enough. And so that's kind of that area of disobedience where I feel like I was, not for like singular, but you see on my algorithm, it's like another med spa's promotion or something. And it just makes you like, be like, oh, but then I was talking with a client, and she was talking about some dentist office that she goes to that I'd never even heard of here in Topeka. And I was just thinking in my head, like, that's when it kind of clicked for me. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's how many dentist office in the cities that they're all doing well for themselves, like they're is no, like there just doesn't, you don't have to have that idea of competition or anything. You know, there's a mechanic shop on every corner and they're all packed full of, you know, so I just
Yeah,
was
there's room at the top.
exactly. Yes.
Okay, it's 6:28. I think what would be really great is if everybody that's on here or catches the replay before this month is over, text your coach, what are 1 to 3 things that you're going to focus on making happen this month. And I think that they need to be things that are totally in your control. So it can't be get 5 new enrollments because you're not really in control of that. But like 1 to 3 things that you are going to for sure do to build momentum in this month so that we can go into next month on a great foot. So 1 to 3 things that are going to be non-negotiable things that you're going to get done this month to close it strong.
Love it.
And that's the
Okay, we'll
assignment.
see you guys on next.
Something amazing's happening right now.
Love you guys.